How important are summer programs? Do you need to be applying to every summer program out there? Today's video is all about the importance or not importance of summer applications. For those of you who are new, my name is Sydney Montgomery and I'm the CEO of Montgomery Admissions Consulting, and we provide personalized college guidance for 9th through 12th grade students. We are so excited to dive into the conversation of summer programs. Now, some of you out there might be listening and you're like, what is a summer program? I just go to summer camp. That's just what I've been doing every year. That's what I'm going to keep doing every single year. Some of you might be like, what is a summer program? I get a job. I got bills to pay. I get a job. I probably maybe work the same job that I work during the school year, just more hours. Some of you might be like, what is a summer program? I know what an internship is. That I apply for, and I'd like the internship to pay me, please. Thank you. But some of you are like, well, yes, I know what a summer program is, and it's the most important thing to my college application. So I will just say that all of you are right, all of you are wrong, all of you are great, all of you have different opinions and different experiences of summer, except I will say that your summer program is not the most important thing to your college application. So if you're listening to this and you're like, I've never heard of a summer program, do I need to worry about this? Maybe you do, maybe you don't, right? What you do over the summer is actually not necessarily as important as what you learn over the summer. So if you want to spend your summer shadowing someone and getting valuable experience, that's fantastic. If you want to spend your summer going to a Brown pre-college program or a Columbia pre-college program or Yale Global Scholars and you have that kind of extra money in your household, great. What really matters is what you learn over the summer. So we're going to be breaking this topic down in 3 different areas. 1, why the name or the prestige of your summer program does not matter 1 iota. 2, what you want to be looking for when evaluating the strength of a summer program or option for you this summer. And 3, how colleges are actually going to be evaluating your summer experiences. So 1, why the name of your summer program does not matter 1 iota. Oftentimes, students who are thinking, maybe they're thinking ahead, that they want to go to highly selective universities, feel like they should go to a highly selective summer program. You might have been going to some of these pre-college summer programs since the 8th grade. What is a pre-college summer program? It is a summer program that you pay for. Usually it ranges anywhere from $1,000 all the way to maybe $6,000 a summer. And they are summer classes and courses offered by certain universities. Some of these programs are residential, which means that you actually live on a college campus. You get to experience dorm life for 1, 2, 4, or 6 weeks. You might get to explore the surrounding areas. You will get taught by real college professors, but of course at your level. And you will make friends with other students who probably are more like-minded to you and want to spend their summer learning college classes. So that's kind of what a pre-college summer program is, and there's a lot of benefits to them. Some of the benefits include that you actually get to experience what it's like to live on a college campus. Now, just because you go to Brown's pre-college program doesn't mean that you have any more opportunities or chances of getting into Brown as someone who did not go to Brown's pre-college program. However, what it could mean is that you understand Brown a little bit more. And if you know that you're going to apply to Brown in the future, when it comes time to write that Why Brown essay, you can actually talk about maybe some of the buildings or what Rhode Island is like. It's a little different from even just a 1-day visit. If you spend 4 to 6 weeks there, well, you'll really get to know that school. But maybe you'll also really get to know what you don't like. Maybe you do a summer program in New York City and you realize, I don't really want to live in a city. That's valuable information. They're also really great because it can be good to get a little deeper into a subject area. Oftentimes the pre-college programs offer courses that are far and beyond what might be offered at your high school. They might be significantly more specific, or they might just be things that your high school does not offer. This comes up a lot with art programs. There's a lot of pre-college art programs, and that's often because high school art is just not that great at some schools. And so if you really want to spend 4 or 6 weeks doing ceramics or building an art portfolio or digging into architecture, that might only be an option at some of these summer programs because you might not have that offering at your school. And so that's a great reason to do a pre-college program because, hey, maybe you think you want to be an architect, but you'll really never know until you get to college what it's like to be in an architecture class for some of you if you don't do some sort of summer program beforehand. Now, there's lots of free things. There's edX and Coursera, but if you really want to have those materials and build them and learn from a professor and actually try out this major and try out what it would be like to be a college architect, the pre-college programs are probably a really good option for that. Now, what are those cons to these pre-college programs? Well, they're expensive. And this is why the name of your summer program does not matter one iota to colleges, because they are what is referred to as pay-to-play programs. Pay-to-play programs means that they're programs that certain students get access to because they have more financial means than other students. And there might be students who are just as qualified for the college admissions at Brown or Princeton or Harvard or any of the other top schools, but who can't afford to spend money on expensive summer camps and on expensive summer programs. So the universities do not give any leg up to those who just have more money, because that's really what a lot of these pre-college programs show, that your family had money. They had enough money to drop 1 or 2 or 6 or 10 grand over the summer for you to have this really enriching experience. And that's great, but they're not going to give you extra brownie points for being wealthy or even just upper middle class, right? And so that's why I try to stress to students, like, the name of the program doesn't matter so much. It doesn't even really matter in demonstrated interest because they cannot count something that other students just cannot afford to do. But what it really helps you with is, again, that experience at a college, but really what you are learning. And that kind of brings me, to the point about what really matters, and that's your learning. And you can learn a lot of different ways. So I mentioned the architect example, right? It could be hard to get architecture experience at your high school if it's not something that's offered, but if you do a pre-college program, you could get a lot of architecture experience. Or you could call a couple local architects and see if anyone would let you shadow for free over the summer. And then you could also get maybe some exposure and you can actually see what the day of life of an architect is. Or maybe you can take a dual enrollment course at your local community college that might be significantly cheaper than one of those pre-college programs. It won't have the residential component, but you will still get the opportunity to see what a college class is like. There are a number of ways to get the same type of learning. It doesn't have to come from an expensive pre-college program. So what colleges are going to look to see is, what did you do during your summer? And did you learn? Did you do something that furthered your interest, that allowed you to continue to get exposure and solidify the things that you're really passionate about? Now, if we kind of talk about this third point, how colleges are evaluating your summers, it really comes into play a couple different ways. Your summer activity could be part of your Common App activities list. There are also sometimes questions about, tell us what you did in the last summer. Now, those questions are actually falling out of style a little bit. And of course, a little bit more with COVID because not a lot of people did a ton over the summer. But there are a lot of different ways that colleges will evaluate how you used your summers. I often have students wonder, well, I have to work. I have to work because my family needs me to work. Or I have to watch my sister or my brother because we can't afford summer camp and my parents have to work. Those are all valuable experiences as well. I don't want you to feel like you are at a disadvantage if you have to work or you have family responsibilities that you have to do over the summer. Colleges actually really do value that, and they even value that on your Common App activities list. If you spend a significant portion of your time working, or if you spend a significant portion of your time with family responsibilities, you want to make sure that you let colleges know that. That shows maturity, that shows responsibility, that shows that you value the community of your family, that you're a team player. There's a lot of positive traits that come in with that as well. So I don't want you to feel like you're at a disadvantage if your circumstances don't allow you to have this kind of summer off leisure to delve into architecture or to go to a fancy summer camp. Now, also, if you're the type of person that's like, yeah, but I've been going to this camp for 10 years, it doesn't really teach me anything. I am not getting paid. I don't have family responsibilities. Is that a problem? Well, no. But hopefully, if you've been going to that camp for 10 years, you might have gotten to the place where you have some leadership opportunities at camp. And that would be really great to show as well, because there are a lot of college essays about being a leader. So no matter what you do over the summer, I want you to be focused on what am I learning, or how am I contributing and helping others, or how am I gaining more leadership experience? Those are the three things. How am I learning? Am I learning a new skill? And it doesn't have to be something that you're furthering. It could be something that you're trying out, because high school is a really great exploratory time. So 1, what am I learning this summer? 2, how am I impacting others around me or my community? This is a great time for you to do community service or to start a service project. Community service can be in person or it can be virtual. This is a great time for you to do learning in terms of shadowing or a course or anywhere where you're going to get to, like I said, explore different interests that you have. And this is a great time for you to be developing leadership skills. Create something. Maybe you want to start a project with some friends. You know, your activities don't necessarily have to be in a prescribed organization. You can make something, you can innovate, and you can create novel impact in your community. They just want to see that you didn't spend the whole summer playing video games or on TikTok. Right? Unless you decided to use your summer to become a TikTok influencer to talk about how Gen Zs can impact climate change, then it's totally fine that you spent your entire summer on TikTok. But unless you have become a TikTok influencer and you're using it for social good, probably TikTok is not what they want to see for your summer essay. So just think about, how can I always be moving myself in a positive direction? How can I use the summer to help me further my goals? And it does not matter if you do a really expensive, super competitive summer program. Yes, there are some programs, especially in the STEM areas, that can provide unparalleled research opportunities, but you can, if you work hard enough, find very similar opportunities for free through other internships or through shadow opportunities or through your local community college. So it's great if you want to dive deep into one of those pre-college programs. We help students every year on summer program applications. I love recommending students search for summer programs on Teen Life. A lot of those are going to be those pay-to-play programs, but if you are okay and comfortable spending that kind of money over the summer, Teen Life has a very great resource. We also have a blog and we have a database of summer programs at smontgomeryconsulting.com/blog that you can look through. We help students find programs and research them. So there's a number of different things that you can do, whether you want to pay for a pre-college program or you want to be creative, innovative, and find ways to either make impact or get that learning in non-paid ways. There is something for you to do this summer. I am so excited for you, and I'm excited for your academic journey, and I cannot wait to see what you're up to this summer. Leave a comment below and let me know what you're thinking. As always, if this video was helpful to you, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe and share it with a friend or two, and maybe you guys can coordinate your summer programs together.